Riverdale. It is a fairly bad show.
Now, this is going to be kind of like a video essay or something. It's not going to be very... I don't really do it anyway. I never really kind of done a video like this. So it's going to be a video essay going on to, the good and the bad about it. Now, going on to season 3 is in general, honestly, I don't really like the season this far. There's only maybe one episode left, which is the finale. Compared to season 1, season 2, even though I didn't like season 2 either, season 1, it was kind of good. It was very kind of, I want to say grounded in a sense, even though it technically really wasn't. In season 1, you got people who are going to be in high school. I'm pretty sure maybe sophomore, junior year. I don't really know which one it is. But either way, going on to it, in season 1, they're going on solving a murder mystery, which turns out to be shockingly, Jason, who turns out to be his dad, who ends up killing him. Which, it was a pretty kind of big twist. It could happen maybe in real life. Now, for season 2, it's kind of iffy in a sense because, Black Hood, I kind of felt personally, was dragged out. The whole, person being the Black Hood just wasn't really good at all. Season, 3, it's going to be the Gargoyle, King or whatever. Now, honestly, I just don't really know what's happening. In general, I just kind of think it's going to be a very bad turn of events. It's just really bad in my opinion. I just don't like it at all. Now, going on to what happened in maybe the most recent episode or one of the most recent, it's going to be maybe episode 18. Now, going on to it, it's going to be very strange because I believe in maybe the last episode 20 or 19, I believe the actual prison truck that was actually transporting, the Black Hood or Hal or whatever, he ends up dying, but maybe not because we don't see a body. Now look at this compared to season 1, where in season 1, there might have been someone trying to drown themselves, whereas, this is going to be something for even teenagers. It's not really going to be a very common thing or very believable thing, and I believe that's kind of the best, thing Riverdale done in season 1 and how unique it was. It was teenagers going on and doing mysteries or whatever, and it was actually kind of real. Now going on to season 3, it is not real at all compared to season 1. Maybe season 2 is kind of, arguable because, season 2 Black Hood, you can kind of get away with it you can get away with it. In a sense, it's not going to be the most believable thing where someone comes along randomly, shoots you, turns out to be your best friend's dad. It's not very likely, but compared to season 3, where there's going to be this mystery behind it where people are killing themselves, in general, it just seems very kind of far-fetched, and it's something that I kind of believe a lot of people don't really find that good about the show anymore, where it's going to be just not believable, at all. Now, something else that was kind of added into one of the most recent episodes is Archie is going to be going on and he's not really going to be falling back on an education. It's going to be way more in boxing. Now, boxing is probably not the best kind of thing to go on and do, but it's going to be very unique. So I guess, in a sense, it's going to be a good thing for him, but kind of running out of the SATs or whatever he was doing, it was just not a good idea. It just really wasn't. Even if you couldn't cope with it, if you knew you were going to do terrible, you should have kind of sat there and you had something to kind of at least try and fall back on, because if you're going to be there, right, and you just randomly get up and leave, you've completely ruined your whole future. You have to redo the whole year if you want to do it again, which even though if you went in, stayed in for maybe 3-4 hours or whatever, you could have completely just gone, dropped out, done whatever. Now also, I do believe that is going to be very unrealistic. It's not going to happen in real life. For someone to get up after preparing for maybe a year, even though you're on the run, which is what he was doing, it's still not really it's not going to be anything that's really believable for any normal teenager, because, Riverdale is going to be very much kind of focused on the mystery now, whereas if it was season 1 or, whatever, going to school, kind of figuring out a mystery on the low key, where you're not going to be constantly on about it, and in this season, it's just not going to be a good thing to go on and just bring it up every second you can, where we're going to try and figure out who it is every single episode, because if you go to a show like The Flash, maybe Arrow, they have a small villain every episode, whereas in this, they have nothing compared to that. They kind of have maybe smaller mysteries which could go on and do maybe the whole sacrificing, maybe anything else, but compared to the Gargoyle or whatever you want to call him, King, I can't really say the name, but either way, going on to him, it's the reveal is going to be next episode more than likely, so it's just going to be a very kind of stupid reveal. You can probably just 100% confirm that. Now look at the whole kind of farm situation. There's going to be someone who's apparently going to be someone's wife, Edgar's wife, which is going to be in high school for maybe 5 years or whatever. That is so unbelievably fake. It is just, it's just not a good thing to go on and do. Anything like that is so unbelievable. How do you even go about faking any of that? And also the whole kind of farm in general, you know, the whole idea where you can see someone who has died or whatever, that is so unbelievable as well. It's nothing, you know, realistic. You can't really relate to that in like any way, because like back in season 1 of Riverdale, you could maybe relate to like maybe something, maybe going out with your friends, you know, something along those lines. Whereas if you're going to a farm where you can see someone who's dead, you know, it makes no sense anyway. You just can't relate to that in any way. Now look at the whole kind of season in general, the whole main villain, Gargoyle King or whatever. I don't like it. I think this season just can't wait to be done. I just can't wait to be rid of it. You know, honestly, I kind of hope they go back to the season 1 route, which honestly, I don't really think they're going to do. I just kind of, you know, hope they do, because if they went back to the relatableness, you know, it'd feel like a much better show, much easier to kind of watch and, you know, relate to it. Now, that's kind of like my opinion on the whole thing. And, you know, in general, over the whole kind of course of the video, if you listen to anything, you know, they're kind of like good points, I kind of feel anyway. So it's kind of like good reasons as to why it's not relatable, why it might be quote unquote bad, you know. And in my opinion, you know, the whole show just so far has gone really bad. So this has been kind of like a really unique video. It's been very different. Now, honestly, I didn't really expect to make a video like this before. It's very unique in that sense. You know, there'll probably be more videos like this maybe in the next, you know, few days, few weeks, or whatever. I'm not really too sure how it's going to go yet. Either way, this video will take maybe a few days to like edit, put together, get up. You know, it's going to be kind of like a longer system. So, you know, if you want to see more videos, you know, you can, like, I guess, leave a like and comment down below if you want to. And maybe if you want to see more videos, you know, you can subscribe, leave a like, you know, do all that. I've already said it. But, you know, hope you have a great day, and, goodbye.